Search term is murder. You were logged in, off guest. So basically, this game is called Her Story. A lady's getting interviewed by the police, and I guess I have to figure out if she's lying or not. I'm not sure. Hold on.
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help? Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
She said February, that was months ago. What does it got to do with Simon's murder? So the nigga name is Simon. What I got from this is that his name is Simon. She claims it was months ago. The current month is 1/07/94, so it's basically January 7th, 1994. She said in February it was months ago. How was it months ago if it's January? Unless she's talking about last year. And her husband's name was Simon.
Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago.
Oh wait, no, she said yeah, that's me.
What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Oh, they just showing her. Never mind. I don't know them.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
She didn't murder Simon.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now.
This was 3/07?
You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.
I'm so confused. What does this mean? So one was, it says enter, I guess maybe like INT, what does that be? Interview room? B? That was on March. And then this is on January, and this is MT room 3. I searched up Simon instead because the nigga name is Simon. What's this? It says, hey, here's from the database. I filed a Freedom of Information form to get the guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos off the original tapes in 99 and then to Y2K, and then the Y2K hit and they got mothballed. I never heard of that term. Like, what? No one has ever touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97, but figured this would be enough. Take your time. Introduction to the logic base database. Computer technology is the backbone of the modern police work. The logic database is one of many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently. In this coming years, the computer will continue to be the most valuable thing in your crime-fighting toolkit. The database contains footage transferred from the existing homicide and serious crime tapes archived at Portsmouth. It has been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement made by the interview participants is stored separately so they can be tagged for submission to court. The audio has been digitally stenographed, and the content of the testimony is attached to each clip. To receive a clip, type in a word, example, robbery, into the search field. Click search, and then the database will return all the clips in which the speaker uses that word. To narrow the search, use multiple terms, robbery, supermarket. If you are working with a printed transcript, you can be even more precise. Use commas to search for an exact match against the entire statement. I guess example, yes, I was there. To store a clip for later reference, you can click add to session. Also, if you wish to add additional tags of your own to help search features, please click in the user tags box and type in your desired tags. Okay. I'm just confused, bro. Like, not confused, but like, oh, what's this? Database checker?
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work.
Oh, that's not her
Mirror
husband.
making, feature windows, artistic things, really beautiful things.
So Simon works at. Why does that say 1806? Fuck is going on? I don't understand. Like, what time frame is this? It says from 99, but it says 94, and then like the date keep changing.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work. Mirror making, feature windows, artistic things, really beautiful things.
So basically, right, Simon is not the husband. Simon works at Simon Smith. Simon
He works
Smith.
at Ernst Brothers Glass.
Ernest Brothers Glass. Simon Smith works at Ernest.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. I bought a photo. They said a spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have. It's the Rockington Arms, The Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks. It's the Rockington Arms, The Rock. It's the Rockington Arms, The Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Peter said Simon. Oh, wait. Peter and Simon. Wait, no. Simon went to have a few drinks at the Rockington Arm. He drinks there a lot. Peter and what's the bitch name? It don't matter. Peter and his wife, I'm assuming, owns it. How does she know this much? Susan. Yeah, you're right, Susan. How does she know this about Simon? Like, how does she know this? He has regulars there. How does she know him? Like, what is her connection to him? Let me keep that there.
It's the Rockington.
No, I didn't mean to watch that again.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games. You know, climb the tower, save the princess, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm a possibly upload this. Possibly.
No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games. You know.
Who the fuck is Simon? Like, is Simon the husband?
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
How does she know Simon? It's only that one. I'm trying to think, bro. Like, what else could I search? Like, what else did she say? Rockington Arms. Peter wouldn't do Simon wouldn't do anything crazy. His beard is ginger when he shaves it. Simon Smith works at Ernest Brothers Glass, and he's the artistic one. I know a little bit about Simon. Maybe I should look up, like, glass. Okay, there's a lot with glass. Okay. Alright, so the one that literally pops up, okay. These I haven't seen though.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass.
How does she know this?
A long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off with the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. He likes TV. It wasn't the present so much, it was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror, a nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
Ooh, Simon made her a mirror?
Well, on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it by hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. It's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror and he gave it to me. No, I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
I'm gonna look up mirror. Maybe I'll get some more.
My name is Hannah. Hannah.
Finally, we got
It's
a fucking
Hannah.
name.
It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work from mirror though, it's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith, I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
So either they're siblings or they're married. I think they're married.
The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since. Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection. No, he was as shy as me.
They
I
said
asked a friend to ask him out for me. We had our first date at the Odeon in North End. We went to see Risky Business. I had on my one best dress. Simon paid. He bought me a whisper, and I was worried about getting chocolate on my teeth.
oh, she's talking about their date. Okay, so she did. I guess she did talk to Simon or married him.
Well, fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people have been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled. I mean, worse, obviously. I don't know. I haven't looked in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out.
So he died in the cellar?
And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation. So,
What I got so far is her and Simon was married. Simon worked for a glass company and he was artistic and he like made like nice little things. She told a lot about who Simon is as a person, and that might come into play a little bit more like when it talks about character, like who he is, so like we can know what type of things he might do. I don't know. I can't really quite piece together where the lie might be at because I just don't genuinely know. Like, I don't even feel like we watch all of them yet, and I don't even know how many it is. From what I got right now, they're married, died in the cellar, and she's gonna creep me, and she's going to.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date, we went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went, kept changing places in the toilet. We only had the one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me, but that was it. We didn't want another card on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back. After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him.
What?
I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
Hannah slept with somebody. Hannah slept with somebody and got pregnant? Simon? I don't know if she slept with Simon. They said they didn't want another Chris. I don't know who Chris is. Then we should search that up. I'm gonna add this to the session. I'm gonna search up Chris and then I'm gonna search up Hannah. I'm gonna search up Hannah first. Hannah. Whoa, hold on.
What are you doing talking about Eve? Poor Simon.
What? Nah, that was weird. Hannah, what are you doing talking about Simon? I'm trying to think, like, what could that mean? Did she kill that nigga? What are you doing talking about Eve? Who's Eve? Eve? She seemed stressed. I'm not gonna lie, she seemed stressed as fuck.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Now, why is music playing? Why is this music playing right now? Bro, I'm not gonna lie. It's giving multiple personalities though. It's either Hannah is another person or someone else's name Hannah. Let me watch it again. I need to know, bro.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Like, is she telling this birth story from the perspective of her? Like, she wrote some shit on paper and admitted some shit? Is she telling this birth story from third perspective? Who's Hannah?
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
Fuck. Y'all seen that? I know I'm not tweaking. Did y'all see that? What was that, bro? She tried to jump scare me? I'm not gonna lie. If I was immersed, I probably would have jumped. It probably would have worked. She said she invited Hannah. Like, what? Girl, who's Hannah? Nigga said I looked away. The ghost of Hannah? What? Okay, so look, I have some questions, some things I need to search up. I'm gonna search up Eve first. Let me watch this one more time.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't.
So what if it's
she
just...
wrote all this stuff in a diary.
Diary. That's what I wanted to, like... Diary. Whoa, okay, it's a lot of Eve.
Well,
who's Chris? I'm looking up next.
My friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
She was bitter. She was jealous of her friend Eve.
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater.
Damn.
There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under, and I kept it under. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown. But that was it. It was just a moment.
I don't think normal niggas have those moments.
Relationship.
That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I guess you saying this in the fucking police station, bitch? Yeah, okay. Anyway, I don't know, bro. You know, she tried to drown her friend Eve. This bitch crazy. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, something going on.
A police station. Yeah, when I was young.
Did she drown
We
Simon?
ran
I
away
don't think
on my
so.
birthday. Bob Dylan was playing
No, she couldn't
in
have.
London, and we thought we could break into.
She couldn't have drowned Simon because Simon died in the cellar, and Simon, there was a lot of blood. There was so much blood that blood got into shit that it couldn't get out of, so they had to throw shit away. And she's gonna cremate Simon. I'm assuming that Simon is dead. I think that's who she was talking about. Because I think Simon was her husband and her husband died, right? So, yeah. Simon died in their cellar and he died pretty bloody. Like, however he died, it was bloody. He couldn't have drowned.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London, and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off, I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But
did he take out money?
Everything with my friend Eve. So my parents let me off.
I don't think this plays, like, I don't think I need this clip, but it was interesting.
My mother called me Eve.
Wait!
My mother called me Eve.
Her mama called her Eve. Like, now I'm confused again. Now I'm back to square one. Because what the fuck are we talking about? First, Eve is the friend that, you know, unless Eve is an imaginary friend. First, Eve was the friend. Now, her mama called her Eve. So, which one is Eve? Let me search mom. My bad. I had to search up mum. You know, she from the UK and shit. Had to search up mum, you know.
Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything though. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
I think the till is like the cash register. Yeah, hell yeah. Look, I had a thing. I'm like, hold on. Okay, so I can't use mama because that's too southern. What about mum? You know, they from the UK and shit, so mum. That's interesting. That's funny that they actually made the term mum instead of mom. Like, you know American niggas gonna play this.
Yeah.
I'm watching one more time. I need to make sure I got everything.
I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing.
Oh, so that's how I kind of like get a hold on it. I gotta like grab it. Interesting. So she took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices. Okay. It was a good job for a girl back then. Why she looking like this? She looked like she killed somebody. I'm not gonna cap. I didn't work a till or anything. I was quite shy. I couldn't have liked to work so I wouldn't have liked to work the till. Okay. I'm not gonna lie though, like working the cash register makes you unshy. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you work any type of like service job, like it makes you a little bit unshy. Like I'm still more of a shy person, but like, oops, I'm still more of a shy person, but I worked the cash register at some point, so like, you know, like it built like a skill you don't know you need.
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved
Fuck
in with
is
his mum
Eric?
and dad. We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope. We couldn't afford our own place. We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck a glazier is. Like, that must be some UK shit. Who's Eric? Maybe it's a last name, the Glaziers. Like, maybe it's like a last name or something.
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers.
Went full time
That
at
was Eric's
Glaziers.
generosity.
What? Glaziers? I'm gonna add that question too, just so I can like. Oh, good thing I can go through here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that in the bank of like typables.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Simon's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body.
Wait.
I went cold all over. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out.
Niggas ain't have electricity?
I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes,
This shit a torch.
that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and
Like, fuck is this, Indiana Jones?
that's when I saw the bin bags.
Ah. The
Pulled
bin
them
bags
open,
equal trash bags.
saw the body.
The body? What body? Girl, what body? It sounds like she gets either blackout splits personality. I thought she said Simon body was in the cellar.
That's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
The bag was in the cellar?
There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out. I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with the torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body, I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
I understand now.
Mum and Dad had never had any reason
She
to
went
notice.
cold because some shit
They were always
moved. That's
busy.
what I'm saying.
If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. And she didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear and she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. Mum was amazed. Mum and Dad never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. And she didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear and she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. Mum was amazed.
So she's saying Hannah. So I don't think Hannah is her either. Like, I think she's Hannah and she's talking from another perspective. Like it's like, because she says, wait.
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to
Mom
notice.
and Dad never had any reason to notice. Like, notice, I guess she was talking to her fucking self, or cared about her having, like, multiple personal, like, the fucking disorder when people talk, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, multiple personalities. I think that's what they asking her, but we don't know what they asking her, but I don't know. It has to be something along those lines, because that has to be what she's talking about. I don't think this girl had a sister. She said they were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. If they heard us talking in the attic, they'll just think it was Hannah playing one of our games. I don't even know what to put, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the fuck to say. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, this is all the moms and dad ones. Like I need to hear more about Hannah, bro. Hannah. Like, did I read all of these? Let me ask about, like, Chris. Nothing's about Chris. I don't know who Chris is. Eric? Let me ask Eric. Let me ask about Eric.
He was wearing a shirt. It's a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
I feel like they're interviewing her different personalities. I'm starting to kind of, like, feel like that too. Like, that's kind of what point I'm getting to, because, like, she talks differently in each one. And, like, I don't know if y'all remember seeing that clip where she was, like, talking about, like, oh, like, Eve, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, Eve. Like, it seemed like she was, like, I don't know, like, confessing low-key. I feel like that couldn't have been these other personalities, because she seemed hella, like, remorseful about what the fuck was going on, more than any of these other personalities. Like, I don't really know what you call it. Like, I don't know the exact, I don't want to say personality, because if it's a personality, I don't know, like, it's more like a fucking person. So Eric is Simon's boss. Yeah, I think so.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job, but he didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I might have to pull up the notes app, gang. I might have to pull out the notes app. Like, that's a great idea, cause bro, what? So we got Hannah. We got Eve. Let's just name all the characters. Hannah, Eve. What's the friend name? Shelby? Or maybe she was the friend. Mom and Dad. I don't know what to say about her 3 personalities yet. Ooh, worked for Glaciers. Worked for Glaze. I forgot what she said about him. I don't really think that matters as much, but maybe we can like go back and listen to them when it comes to him, because I feel like that will like add to like who he is. Mom and Dad never questioned her as being crazy. I'm sure they did. It don't seem like they did. Like, what? No, that's so funny.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier.
They shared a car.
And a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it.
Hold on. Alright. So Eric gave him a lot, like a car. Sugar daddy? Like, why he giving them all this? Like, were they besties? Just say that. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's just a nice guy. Like, fuck it. Let me stop it. Maybe he's just a nice man. I don't know. It seemed like a lot for just a boss, though.
Yes.
This nigga tricking?
A car that we share, a Cavalier.
They drove a Cavalier.
And a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked on the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
She make me want to shake a sensor.
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one.
She knows.
He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash. But
oh, he got a credit card.
Him to get one.
Whoa, hold on. What? So you telling me, listen now. I think we got something here. So basically, right, Simon, let me add some attributes about Simon. Is Eric his nigga? That's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, so Simon had a silver Visa credit card, but didn't like spending it for real, so he used cash. Eric got it for him. We sure this his boss, or this nigga sugar daddy, bro? What? Why I feel like I can hear somebody in the background?
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash. But Eric convinced him to get one.
Wait, no, not Eric got him one. Eric convinced him. Why I say got it for him? Eric convinced him to get one.
Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go.
Eric was like an uncle to him. Okay, Eric wasn't his sugar daddy, y'all. It was just like his uncle, like, you know what I'm saying? Like his big uncle. So I guess his uncle helped him out a lot, which is sweet. But it wasn't his uncle, though. It was like his uncle. So that makes it a little bit different. That's what she thinks.
Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
Hold on, bro. Okay. Like an uncle to him, to Simon. Has a wife named Diane. Let me see. What else? Went on conferences a lot. I'm gonna say went to conferences. Went to Damn, bitch, can I spell? Like, I obviously don't know how to spell that shit. Bitch, help me. Like, thank you. Like, I know it's wrong. Just help me fix it. Went to conferences a lot. Weird. I'm gonna be honest, that is kind of weird. Weird. Like, nah, that's a little, I wouldn't say freaky, but it's just interesting, bro. It's real interesting because, come on, bro. What are we talking about? Y'all went on a lot of conferences together?
Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences.
Especially when they have to go to conferences? Like, I'm missing a couple words. I think it's conference. I think that's what I'm missing. I'm saying conferee. Ooh, there's more under conference. There's more under conference. Hold on.
There was a conference, something to do with double glazing. In Oxford?
Double glazing?
There was a conference, something to do with double glazing. In Oxford?
Double glazing?
Are you sure? What would he be doing in Oxford if there was no conference? I remember calling him.
Whoa!
He said it was boring and he spent most of the time at the bar.
Huh?
Are you sure? What would he be doing in Oxford if
With
there was
no conference? They asked her a question, y'all. You gotta remember that they're in an interview right now. So they're asking her something. You gotta search Oxford, right? They're asking her something, bruh. I don't know what it is, and that's what's killing me. Why didn't they leave that shit in? They just gonna leave her response in, but not the question, not the context. They must have said something about, like, there was no conference or something. They had to tell her, like, there either was no conference or he didn't go to the conference. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't in Oxford for a conference. And then, you know, she answered the question. But he said, the nigga said, or Simon said that it was boring and he just stood at the bar. He went to the bar the whole time. He told her there were more conference. How do you know that? Let's look up Oxford. Let's look up Oxford. I don't even know who the fuck talking right now, so I can't put it under her shit. Like, is it her or Hannah? I don't know who it is. Like, who is she?
It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
Hold on. Like, Simon makes glass. Fuck is he doing at a conference in Oxford? It don't make any sense. Like, what could he possibly be talking about at that conference that Simon needs to be there? It's so urgent. He gotta spend so much time away from his wife and shit to go to a conference in Oxford about glass? What type of technology is advancing in glass for niggas to be going to conferences for them? Expenses and secrets? No, you right though.
It was supposed to be a secret.
It was supposed to be a secret? What's supposed to be a secret?
It was supposed to be a secret.
I don't know who's talking right now, but fuck it, I'm gonna put it under Hannah. Something was supposed to be a secret. So basically what I got from that is she not trying to tell her husband T for some reason though. She don't want T. What else does she claim? No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford. He cheated his expenses. It said she said he cheated his expenses. Or she's saying no one murdered him because of that. Is she saying it's because of that? Or no one murdered him because of that? She's trying to collect his benefits? Like, damn, how good is that job, bitch?
To do with what happened to Simon.
That shit got niggas going to conferences? I might need to get into, like, hold on.
No one murdered my husband.
Shit, y'all are in the wrong industry. I don't know where y'all work right now, but wherever y'all work at, bro, look, y'all niggas in the wrong industry. Get into class. Cause obviously niggas going to conferences. She killing them just so she can get the benefits.
Expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
Cheated his expenses. His expenses. Yo, where Oxford at? See what Oxford looking like. Just a light. Come on. I just want to see what it's looking like. Apparently it's expensive to live here. Like, is this like the spot? This like a nigga went to Miami to have a conference, basically, huh? That's what this is. This he went to a conference in Miami. Yeah, he probably was cheating. Probably had crumpets and tea music playing. The building's definitely. I love buildings that look like this. Nah, they shitting on him with this. Hold on. Stop playing with him. What we searching next? Okay, so there's supposed to be a secret. He cheated his expenses. Romantic weekend. Yeah, let's look up expenses. Let's do expenses first, and then we're gonna do secret. That's what I'm thinking. I did.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room. Great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells. Like you said.
She reminiscing? Like, like was she having a flashback? I guess she was there. She probably was there. But I don't know, bro. That threw me off. Imagine if we never looked up expenses. Oh my gosh. Like, we probably would have been still thinking this nigga cheated with his almost uncle. So it was her and not Eric? I'm guessing so. Let's listen one more time.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it.
Hold on, it was a dirty weekend.
I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel.
Like, I guess you so spicy for using a fake name? Okay. They probably did that on purpose.
We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells.
See, like, y'all seen that little lip bite? I know I'm not tweaking.
Like you said.
Anyway. Okay, so she reminiscing about the time that they spent in Oxford, I guess. And it wasn't... Okay, so they went there on purpose. She attended.
Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip.
Expenses. We love context. Hell yeah. She claimed he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford. She attended it, so she was there. It was a romantic getaway, and then they expensed it as a business trip, her and Simon. And tried to, okay, yes, you're so right. I'm not gonna lie, like, when I'm listening to them, I have to remember that it's not in order. So the whatever order I'm thinking about is not the same order that it is on the, you know what I'm saying? Because they cut the shit up for whatever reason. Like, W game, I'm not gonna lie, because it makes it harder for us. But like, damn, like, there's no way this is real. Like, they actually do this? They make niggas go through this shit? Is this a job? Like, do people get paid to go through shit like this? I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of crazy. Like, looking through, there's no way. Okay, so what we searching up next? So basically, Simon told Eric he was going on a business trip so Eric can get the money. Eric gave him money for trips. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe you're... Okay, yeah, y'all on to something then. Hold on. So he told Eric that it was like some romantic... Or it was a business trip so he can like use it... Yeah, so he can get the money. I think you saying Eric threw me off because I think Simon got the money. I said secret, right? I guess maybe they don't go together. Like, they don't just go to business. I don't fucking know.
I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day, ran an audit.
Eleanor, it might be... I once asked Eleanor how often Aisha dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do once a week. But I do it every few weeks. Nah, but I think Eleanor is the mom. I think it's her in-law. I don't know though. I don't know.
But every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes.
Eleanor and Doug. And I think that's his parents.
Doug doesn't even know she smokes.
Either that or it's her parents. It's either her parents or her in-laws. I don't know. I don't know who it could be though.
Smokes. When I was there, I saw her.
I don't know who it can be.
She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books.
It is crazy.
Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack.
So Eleanor hid cigarettes inside a vase, a porcelain vase, next to a Reader's Digest books. Okay. And I'm guessing it's one of the in-laws. It's either the in-laws or her parents. I mean, all those years the marriage, she still keeps a secret like that? Huh. I forgot that was a key
When we
word.
went together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code.
Should I have typed some of that down? I feel like I don't have context yet. Is she spilling? I'm gonna save that one too. I'm gonna add that one to the session.
It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets.
How am I watching this? What's going on? Let's look up Eleanor. Sorry. So, Eleanor, right?
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried.
I've been around to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them. Okay. Yeah, we listen to this. We already listened to that.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. But he wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly in the living room. Nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. Don't know.
I think, look, this is a good one though. I don't know how we got this damn clip, but this is a good ass clip. Because she's explaining, I think, what happened before he died. But I could be wrong. And I think Doug and Eleanor is her in-laws. So yeah, I think this is afterwards. It had to been. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I still got the game inside the back of the headphones and shit. And as it's playing, I keep hearing creaking and shit, and I thought somebody was behind me. I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna lie, I had to do a little peek because, what the fuck? It sounded like somebody was creaking behind me or something. Bitch, that's the dad. I searched up Doug.
I got a job to contribute, Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us. There's always been pressure. I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids.
Pressure?
So
yeah. I got a job to contribute.
Knew someone.
Doug knew someone.
Doug,
okay. So she was a... Okay.
Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school.
They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. You see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never been just the two of us. There's always been pressure. Yeah, maybe we should look up pressure. See if that's the only time she used that word. That was the only time she used that bitch. Complicated. Let me look that up. That was the only time she used it too. I'm gonna say school, because she worked at a school, so maybe she mentioned school more than once. She did.
Mum and Dad never knew what was going on. We got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam. There were lots of differences between us. Some things one is better than the other at. Mum and Dad never knew what was going on. We got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam. Yeah, when I was at school, I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop.
Let me try a job.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. Yeah. Plus, he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books. Job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys.
She said Simon is a boy. So is Simon a little ass kid? I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe they're talking about, like, when they were teenagers? I just don't understand. Like, I think I'm missing something here. He was always good at helping other people's children. Why would she say that if Simon wasn't a child? Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than other boys. That don't make any sense, though.
Most of the time.
Like, what if it was, like, Simon Jr.?
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then
Simon had a job at the Glazers. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. Oh, I get it. That was referring. She was just being shady as fuck by saying that. My bad. She was just being shady. I don't know why I thought Eric or Simon was a kid at first. I'm like, bro, like, what do you mean by other people's children? I think she was just trying to be shady. Like, oh, he just so good at helping other people's kids. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not his son, you know? Or that's not his, like, actual uncle. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, who the fuck is Eric to him, though? I think that might be it. Like, I don't know, that threw me. I didn't know which one she meant. Hannah was probably the one that found the body and called the police. Yeah, that makes sense for sure. In one of the clips, she's like, Hannah. She had her head up in a ponytail. Oh, because she told them about Eve. And that was probably Eve coming back. Like, this bitch done told. She done said something. This bitch is totally different. Hannah had, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who is that? That would be, like, Eve? Would that be Eve?
Miscarriage.
Hannah and Simon were still living with their parents. But Hannah and Simon are together. Her name is Hannah. She's Hannah. This bitch is Eve or somebody else. This bitch is probably the one that killed Simon. I'm not gonna cop. Hannah's still living with the parents. They was married. Okay, I was correct. So Hannah is not Hannah. Simon is not a damn boy. Simon's a grown man. That's why I was confused. I'm confusing myself because I'm like, no way he is. Like, wait. I swear they said that nigga had a job. Like, conferences. Come on, bro. I know I'm not tweaking. It said Simon had a job at the Glaciers. So after he left school, I don't know if he left or graduated, but he left school. He gave him a full-time position there. Is that all she said? Did she scratch her fucking head? I'm about to say. Yeah. What the fuck was I thinking? Anyway.
No. I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months.
Damn.
We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after. No. I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. 8 months. Then my parents died. It was the worst year of my life. A miscarriage and then my parents.
Nah, that's fucked up.
They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage, the worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck.
They went to bed feeling ill, like it was a flu. I can't tell if she uncomfortable or this is just like liar, the way liars be fucking moving. I ain't gonna lie, like, you know what I'm saying? Like people who's like pathological liars and shit. Like I don't know if anybody watch any like movies and shit like that or like interviews, First 48. But like, does she move like a liar, bro? Be honest. Like it's just like little, like do she be giggling? Like what was that little look over? We found them dead. Like who's we? The neighbor called me. I had to use my key to let them in. Oh, wait, no. Okay, the neighbor, my bad. Oops. I don't think she lies. It's just all the truth and different truths. And then they just avoiding some with others. That makes sense.
Yeah, they'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something.
I thought you said pneumonia or some shit.
I mean, I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications. Yeah. I mean, I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications. I think it was that time.
Like, she is looking over her shoulder, low key. Like, fuck, who's she looking for? Who's over there? Girl.
The first time at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant. Amazing, right?
Nigga said she looking at that other personality. Nah, not y'all saying the same thing. LOL.
That I got pregnant. Amazing, right? This fucking magic sperm.
Not his fucking magic sperm.
I missed 3 periods. I have pretty irregular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us. I didn't tell him. Just waited. Hannah and I were meeting for our birthday, and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both. I think she was.
Why that shit keep creeping up, bro? Like, it almost got me too. Maybe we should look up pregnant. Ooh, why didn't I think of this? Did anyone say this? I don't think anyone said this. Boom, boom.